Well, greetings to the Iowa Christian Alliance for all of you who drove in this fog to be here. I tell you, I've been traveling from river to river and border to border across this state, and I bring you good news. Is that Republicans, Independents, Democrats, Tea Party people, Town Hall people, they are coming around and they are united that this state needs leadership, and it will begin with a new governor on November 2, 2010. I also bring you good news. I'm not here alone tonight. I chose to bring my wife with me. We met in church nursery school. We graduated from kindergarten together, 8th grade together, high school together, college together. And if you'd help me welcome my wife for 26 years, Vander Plaats, over on my booth. And that good-looking young man standing next to her wearing his dad's suit, that is our second son, Josh. If you can welcome Josh as well. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been referred to all around the state as the pro-family candidate. Well, let me tell you one of the most pro-family things that we can do in the state of Iowa. And that is open up this state for business so families can provide for their families. And when you open up the state for business, we need to, first of all, figure out one fundamental. You do not open up this state for business by expanding gambling in the state of Iowa. You see, I believe Iowa can be the next economic engine, but it needs to be built on real principles, real values. I used to study economics. I taught economics. I was good at growing things. Crops and animal production. We have the infrastructure. We have the manufacturing base. We're bordered by two great rivers. We're geographically placed in the smack dab in the center of the greatest country in the world. We have people of high moral, high character. They're well educated. They have a strong work ethic. Now all they need is a governor to show leadership with a competitive tax structure, a friendly regulatory structure, and a governor who will market this state as a right-to-work state, not a union shop state. I've been a CEO in the private sector where our goal is to produce more and more and more with less. Government is the only entity that I know who produces less and less and less, and all they want is more and more and more. I believe we need a CEO today who understands limited government, but that the government that we have, it performs exceptionally well, and we live under a balanced budget and economic integrity. But thirdly, if we're going to be an economic engine, we need world-class education. And we need to get back to some fundamentals in education. Fundamental number one is, it is the parent's right. It's the parent's privilege. It's the parent's responsibility to raise, nurture, and educate the child, not the government's. We need a governor who will stand up to an overly intrusive federal government and say, no child left behind will be left behind in the state of Iowa. No more federal government inside of our classrooms. That is not their constitutional right. But we will reform education by setting high expectations, simplifying the funding to local school districts. Let local school districts lead. Allow teachers to teach. Hold them accountable to the highest of expectations, and then be transparent with the results. Ladies and gentlemen, we can be an economic engine. Poll after poll after poll shows our candidacy defeating Chet Culver in a head-to-head competition. We can win on November 2. And the good news about us winning in those polls against Chet Culver is, ladies and gentlemen, we no longer have to compromise in order to win and to lead. We can be a principled conservative with a compelling vision that embraces the sanctity of human life from conception to natural death, who embraces traditional marriage of one man and one woman, who understands the role of separation of powers, and when a court oversteps its jurisdiction, that I, as your next governor, on day one, not day 2, not day 3, not on some day in the future I need to think about it, on day 1, I will issue an executive order to place a stay on the April 3 Supreme Court decision that allows same-sex marriage until the people of Iowa have a right to vote on that issue. Ladies and gentlemen, leadership is about core convictions, and it's about vision. It's also about who you surround yourself with. And let me tell you this from the Vander Plaats campaign. My lieutenant governor will share my core convictions, and he or she will help me accomplish this vision. God bless the Iowa Christian Alliance. Thank you for allowing me to be here tonight.